What is up, YouTube? In the garage. Lots of packages I didn't open last night. Chopper's back home. Truck is still up on the lift because yanked the wheels off to coat them. So you saw the disassembly on that in the last video. But we got the wheels all blasted today. So tomorrow morning I'm going to coat them. I thought about doing it tonight, but I think I got people coming over for the weekend. So I got some choring around the house to do, and then I started messing around with the iron head chopper with that girder front end. I don't have the right neck cups for a Sporty. I think it came with the 7/8 one, so we switched, or I'll be switching that out with one of the neck bearing conversions, the 7/8 to 1 inch. Those are ordered now as of today, along with the kickstand that I don't need anytime soon, but they were on sale, so I think I got those through the kickstand through Lowbrow, and just put a V-twin order for the rest of my stuff on that. Not buying everything at all. The entire motor is over here in, I think it's the bottom box or the top box, I don't remember. I got the cases over there. I'm just messing around with the alignment on that. I'm 90% there. Gonna have to make a spacer for the lower or remake the lower mount because they put it on the outside of the frame instead of the inside. We'll go over that next time I get over there, and I'll show you what I'm talking about with that. But chopper's back. Truck should be hopefully back together. I'm going to shoot up there bright and early to the shop tomorrow. Do a preheat primer coat on the wheel, and then the Desert Tan, I think is the name of the powder I'm using on that. It's the closest match I had to the color that's on the truck. And we'll get that done. Falcon's now the daily because that's my only car. And Evo Sporty is really what I wanted to start working on today, but the wheel combos that I have for that girder, I kind of want to keep a 17-inch front, keep it like older looking with a small wheel like that. The 17 that I have, I only have an outer hoop, so I would have to order a spool and spokes. That gets expensive real quick, plus a tire and tube and rim strip and all the other stuff. My buddy gave me a crusty one that's a little rustier than I want it to be, but it's got a, I think it's a Triumph or something. Triumph drum brake up front. Not the biggest fan of that one. When I got it, I really want to do just a clean spool front. So then I talked to my buddy Kyle with that panhead, the long one. He's got a 17 spool with an Avon on it. Worn out, needs probably bearings and some freshening up, but a complete wheel. So we're going to jump in the Falcon, run over there, and steal some parts from Kyle. I think that's fair. I think he said he's working on the pan, so hang out a little bit. Maybe we'll do some video stuff over there. I don't really know what the deal is yet, but jam over there on the Falcon, hang out for a little bit, come back, maybe finish some choring, and if time allows, I want to get at least the top end of this torn down. We'll see. Not sure exactly how that's going to go yet, but we'll find out. So we'll be back in a little bit. Back in the Falcon. Fun, fun, fun. What a turd. Oh well. She starts, she runs, she goes down the road quick, so what can you ask for in a daily? Surprisingly good gas mileage too. I think the last time, really depends on how I keep my foot in or out of the throttle, but if I cruise this thing, I'm probably getting around 20 miles to the gallon, believe it or not, with a cam and heads and headers and the, you know, all the fun stuff. Even with the 411 gears, I'm gonna have to do a retest because don't have enough with the gear swap to know exactly for sure. Hard to tell too because my fuel gauge is always at empty. Oh well. So I'm gonna do a better test on that now that the rear end's a little more broken in. We'll see what that looks like with 411s, but on the 389s I was easy 20 miles an hour, or 20 miles to the gallon, if I wasn't driving like an asshole. So hard to do. It's fun whipping around in a loud hot rod like this. You just kind of want to stomp on it everywhere you go. Oh well, off to Kyle's house. Maybe we'll get a pull in, maybe not, we'll see. Or ever getting out of my neighborhood in rush hour. So I like the exhaust in this car once they're actually at cruising speed, but at idle, it's very drony and loud. I think a crossover pipe would do wonders on that, but here we are in third gear, just regular drive, not overdrive. Good about 45 miles an hour, and we're up there in the revs, but the nice part with the overdrive really drivable. So not exactly the most ideal if you're keeping it in drive like I'm at right now. Up to about 50 is pretty good, but you really kind of want that overdrive. I don't like running overdrive on these AOG Transes any less than 1900, and that's one of the reasons I'm going to put the 411s in the van. It's just much more drivable. The ratio drop from, you know, a 1.0 final to a 0.67 is such a big jump that makes a lot more sense to gear it up if you're going to use it and leave it in overdrive all the time. So if we run it that setup in the van, or these 411s in the van, we'll just leave it in overdrive all the time and basically just run it like a 4-speed. It's just the first gear is a little short. I know you can do swaps for the E4 or whatever, E4 OD trans or whatever. The EAOD, the electronic one, but it's a bunch of parts and time and money and ripping an entire trans apart that I really don't want to do. So for now, this is what we got. Running good. Full strong. Get up here out of traffic. We got nobody behind us. So this is pretty much the start of unincorporated, so we'll slow down a little bit here. Maybe take one quick pull, see how she does. I don't know if you guys are going to fall over. My guess is you will. It's usually how that goes, but nice little dead stop here. We're in regular drive now. Well, it's the next day. Wheels on the truck are off, tires dismounted, blasted, and hung up. So, covered in dust, so we gotta blow all these off and get these prepped. We're gonna shoot a zinc primer first, rust preventative. I'm gonna warm them up a little bit to try and get this center seam around Steelies. I will not use Steelies unless we're doing the zinc primer, especially with those weld seams where the face meets the barrel. But these should look pretty good. We only got 3 because that other one is already coated. So I'll get these blown off, throw them over in the booth, and get them primed. I won't have a finished video. I'm going to have Justice finish these up later on today because my brother is coming out here. So we'll get those set up, zinc primer coated. They'll look nice and gray. Ooh, let's take a hammer to that one too real quick while it's here and raw, and then coat right over it. So it's nice doing your own stuff. I don't really care about it, but this will work a lot better and look way nicer than it does now, or did before rather. Alright, oven's been on for a little bit. Wheels aren't hot, but they are preheated a little bit. I'm gonna shoot the seams with the zinc primer now. Wheels are all in the oven. We got 3 of them in here. And an umbrella stand, so that needed primer as well. Now we wait. We'll get these hot, float out, not full cure, and then yank them, do the top coat. I don't know if I'm going to be around to film that. Like I said, I'm taking off. Justice will finish those up for me, hopefully And we'll see what they look like when they are all done and cleaned up. Still waiting on the oven. We're up to about 307, but figure I'll take a look at these. Lots of surface rust, beat to crap. Figure if we're gonna freshen up the wheels, we might as well clean these up. I usually do this once every 2 years because I don't care that much. But these should clean up real nice. Grab some steel wool and some polish. I like Mother's, which is what I've used forever. There's a million other ones that might work better too, but a little bit of polish, a little bit of steel wool goes a really long way. So start doing this, clean these up, get the surface rust off. Should look brand new when we're all done. Pretty close at least. This is a fine steel wool too, but we'll be back when I'm done with this. 5 minutes later. Already looking better. Take a microfiber, wipe these down. I actually think this is the one that fell off of the car. So there's a little bit of curb rash on here. Way better. A little more here I gotta keep working at, but scratched, dented, per usual, but nice shiny baby moons. Way better than they used to be. Crash cleanup. Old new, old new, old new. This looks way better. I just too lazy to maintain them, so once every 2 years. Same deal on this. Got 2 shined up, 2 more to do. Those are gonna look way nicer. But oven's ready. So we'll yank these out. Like I said, we're not doing a full cure on anything. So we'll pull these out real quick. Keep them cool. And there we have it, primer gray. So this has a bunch of crushed zinc in it, so it's a really good rust preventative. Obviously you can see how rusty these were on the inside. So we're doing a couple coats of powder on here, and it should help smooth some of that out. Typically, in my experience, every time I got a Steely with a rim leak, going through and blasting all the rust out, remounting the tire, and obviously putting it on something with fresh coats of powder. One more is going to fill in a little bit more. You're still going to see all the pitting in here. It's not going to hide all of it, but it'll have a nice uniform fresh coat to grab into when you go to seat the rubbers. It tends to alleviate any of those rim leak issues. Same thing on some of the aluminum ones. Once they start getting corroded and don't seal, I like doing it this way much more than globbing it up with bead sealer and hoping for the best. So let these cool off. We'll be back after Justice coats the top coat on there for me, and we'll see what this looks like when we're putting them all back in with some freshly polished hubcaps. And just like that, I think this is the exact definition of what they were talking about with the phrase polishing a turd. Beat up, crusty, but nice and shiny now. Should look really nice on a fresh set of wheels with the crappy recycled old half-balled tire that I'm going to put back on. Oh well. New tires will come next spring. Season's getting closer and closer to the end. I'll be driving the truck through November, so usually until the first snow, or when they start calling for a first good snow. Flurries don't matter, but salt. Don't want salt. It's already got some rust issues. Don't need to expedite that by using it in the winter. So we'll be back when the wheels cool off. That's pretty much it for now. And see how Justice does on coating Steelies. He doesn't like doing these. Practice makes perfect. We'll be back when those are done. And I got the wheels on the truck all coated. Remember those baby moons I just polished? Well, a little bit lack of communication with one of my employees at the shop, and one of them got blasted. So I spent all that time polishing those up. I was really excited to put some fresh Steelies, the fresh little baby moons on there. And a little bit of miscommunication on my part with one of the employees that was working for me today, blasting. Told him a bunch of stuff outside of the room, meaning right by the room, not across the shop in front of the door. He misinterpreted that and brought those in and started blasting them, not knowing that they were for my truck. Whatever. It happens. Mistakes happen. It's unfortunate because I was really excited about those and spent an hour cleaning those up. Would have looked really nice, but didn't work out. So now I think I'm actually going to coat those the upper white color. So we're going to do a two-tone wheel, basically. It'll be the cream color to match the top of the truck and the two-tone color scheme on there. And if I hate it, we'll just order up another set of little baby moons. Lots more bike stuff still coming your way. And then, like I said, fall's right around the corner. We'll keep working on car stuff here and there while it's still nice enough to work outside. But once winter gets here, full on bike mode again. So thanks for sticking around through all of these. If you're still supporting and liking all the random crap that we get ourselves into, I appreciate it. If you don't, that's fine. Prefer not having a bunch of people unsubscribe because I'm posting a couple of boat videos. But like I said, this trailer will be the last of them for a while. So bear with me. Let me do my thing. Doesn't cost you anything to watch these anyway. So we'll catch you guys on the next one.